Other interesting business news, you have J.C. Penney revealing a $1 billion reinvestment into upgrading their stores and e-commerce. Now, it looks like the self-funded reinvestment plan of $1 billion will be about a customer value proposition aimed at enhancing the long-term growth and cultivating the heightened customer loyalty and frequency, which is kind of corporate speak for saying we lost touch with the customer. We need to get a hold of this customer again, figure out how do we make it a long-term relationship, and fix all the blunders that we've had for years. Now, they claim it's going to be a three-prong approach, and they're going to highlight value, help store shoppers stretch their dollar, and the chain, and it's approximately 650 stores, will also get a new look and feel, more efficient point of sale systems, upgraded store Wi-Fi. And it looks like so far about 100 of the stores have gotten the upgrades, which will be good. That is one of the most annoying things. If you go to a store and the checkout system is from 10, 20 years ago, and it's taking you minutes to actually ring someone up in a time and age where we have technology moving so quick, even seconds can sometimes feel long. Now, it looks like on the digital side, J.C. Penney is aiming for a more streamlined customer experience with better search capabilities, product details, and a website and app that will offer more customized product and styling recommendations, which will be interesting. I don't know anyone who actually has ever downloaded a J.C. Penney app or anyone who has ever asked for that, but that might be an interesting idea. And J.C. Penney also said they're going to launch a new brand campaign called, quote unquote, Make It Count. Interesting enough, which the company said will encourage customers to quote, make the most of life's moments, both large and small, unquote. Which, I guess that's a weird. It'll be interesting to see if they could turn things around. I mean, to me, J.C. Penney is awesome because they gave me a suit for $79.99 in Iowa, 20 years ago, and it still fits, still works great. Like, when I think of J.C. Penney, I always think of the budget, entry-level suit that guys go to. If a guy needs your first suit, you go to a J.C. Penney. Or if you're trying to date and you're trying to look around and trying to find a classy gal, you try to find a J.C. Penney gal, which is a nice way of saying classy. They have a long history. They've been around for 121 years, but they've also had several CEOs make business blunders where they actually lost touch with the customers. A couple years back, you had a CEO of Apple, or an executive of Apple, go to be the CEO of J.C. Penney and subsequently shoot himself in the foot multiple times by pretty much ostracizing the current customer base, where the current customer base, if you look at who shops at J.C. Penney, it's mostly, I want to say, maybe women in their 30s to 40s, so moms. And they love the coupon cutters. And back in the day, they actually got rid of coupons and they tried to turn it into an Apple store, which is terrible. People buy an iPhone every couple of years, or whatever people used to buy, iPads, all that kind of stuff. They don't really care if there's a coupon for an iPad. They're going to buy it regardless because they're Apple fans. For clothing, people love coupon cutting. They love searching for a deal. So it'll be interesting to see if they get back to that. When I say make it count as a campaign, I don't know if they're, because again, they have a very large portfolio of products that they've carried throughout the years, but I still think of them as first and foremost a clothing company. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe they're going to try to correlate to different life events that you have to wear certain fancier clothes to, but the odds are against them just because there's so much competition right now, and especially from overseas. You have Temu, it's a Chinese-based app company where they and Shimu, a couple of app companies, are actually partnering with, Forever 21. They bought 1/3 of their stock last week. So there's a lot of foreign investment, and of course, most of these clothing is made in China and other countries. So if the headquarters are already over there, there's a lot of advantages to that. Let me know in the comments, when's the last time you shopped at J.C. Penney? Do they have, again, the biggest issue with any retail, with any category, whether you're selling bottles of root beer, rifles, soccer balls, shoes, the number one thing for retail is get someone in the door. That's number one. That's, day one, most important thing in retail. What are they going to do to really incentivize people to physically go to the stores where they're going to spend more money than they do online? And I'm not sure what they can do, because there's so many places you can go and buy clothing. And now I know throughout the years, Men's Warehouse has decreased the price point especially. So I know a lot of my friends who are buying entry-level suits, they're actually going to Men's Warehouse now for that particular clothing category. And you have DSY, there's a shoe company as well that does it. So let me know in the comments, do you have a compelling reason to go to J.C. Penney right now? Upgrading the infrastructure will surely help in terms of the Wi-Fi and this checkout system, so it'll be more seamless when you actually go for a shopping experience. But again, I want to know what are the specifics behind their ideas to get people in the door, because that's going to be one of the most prominent things they need to do to succeed. And it is nice to see the company getting back on its feet. They went bankrupt actually to a mall holding company, and they are back in their signature headquarters over in Plano, Texas. And actually, it's on the shelf still. I did buy the book that J.C. Penney, Mr. J.C. Penney, actually founded the company. I actually bought his book a couple weeks back. I need to read it. It'll be interesting to see how do they regain all those customers and how they hit a growth spurt. It'll be interesting to see. Let me know in the comments. When was the last time you shopped at J.C. Penney? Do you miss them? And then what would it take for you to go back there? And what are you looking for in a J.C. Penney shopping experience? I mean, personally, if I were someone who actually would buy clothes, which I don't, I always say buy one suit and last it forever, because if you buy a good suit, it lasts forever. Take care of it. But if I were to go to J.C. Penney, what would I need? It'll be interesting to see, but I wish them the best, and I hope they do have some great growth. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in again. Also, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of September. I know it's a tall order, but if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to like and comment. The feedback is greatly appreciated, especially the critical feedback, as I try to make the show better and better, and as well as try to improve myself more and more to make the show an experience more pleasurable for the user and the fans. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.